Alright, so before I get cracking into this video, I'd just like to say that I'm not going to name this guy at any stage in this video, mainly because I'm not sure of the legality of it, and secondly because I think I'm giving this motherfucker enough attention just making this video, so it is what it is. If you really need to know this dude's name, do a bit of Google for my dudes. So it was a landmark day in the legal system of New Zealand as the piece of shit that went and killed 51 people in Christchurch last year with a gun in a bunch of mosques in a bunch of race-based and religion-based attacks was sentenced to life without parole in jail. Now, there's a lot of you thinking, cool, so what, big fucking deal, dude sentenced to life in prison without parole. Well, this is the first time it's ever happened in New Zealand, right? Yeah, our court system's handed out some stiff punishments. I still think the longest non-parole fucking term is 33 years, handed out to William Bell, the guy that murdered 3 people in an RSA a few years back. But yeah, this is fucking huge for New Zealand. Because we've never done this before. We've always given parole as an option. See, the way it works in New Zealand is life by default is 25 years without parole. I believe as maximum, and I think it's as low as fucking 10 years at the minimum or some shit. But regardless, the point is, this motherfucker's going away for the rest of his life, and well, good. The guy's a piece of shit. There is no excuse to go to a bunch of fucking mosques, open fire on people, kill 51 of them. The disgusting part is, well, there's several disgusting parts of it. Some of the most disgusting parts for me with this whole thing is, motherfucker went to 2 separate mosques, killed a total of 51 people. Live stream part of it on Facebook. That's fucked for a kickoff. Another thing that I find incredibly fucked up about it is one of the mosques. He was greeted by a dude who greeted him with, "Hello, brother," before this motherfucker shot him to death. And the third thing is, I believe the youngest victims in the shooting was a 3-year-old boy. There's a 3-year-old boy who was cowering, clinging to his father's leg because he was scared. This motherfucker kept him in the back. Now, killing 51 people is evil enough, but to willfully shoot a fucking 3-year-old, man, in my personal opinion, I know capital punishment ain't a thing. This motherfucker deserves the slowest, most painful death he can possibly get. Because he's a hideous, disgraceful piece of shit of a human being. Okay? You've got to be to take 51 lives to start with, but the thing to me is, the kid, like, fucking shooting a kid dead, right? That brings it to a whole new level of fuckery. I'm not saying it's not fucked to start with, but a 3-year-old, So the motherfucker's going to jail, doing a life sentence. He's not getting extradited back to Australia because he's from Australia originally, but he's not getting expedited. As far as I'm aware, he's probably going to prison in Auckland. And as much as they say this motherfucker deserves a slow, painful death, Auckland prisons have a lot of gang members. Auckland prisons have a lot of gang members of other races. This motherfucker is not going to be treated as a hero in prison. This motherfucker is going to have the shit kicked out of him in prison. And it's no less than what he deserves. This gunman is a disgusting, low life form. He's been documented as having fucking neo-Nazi ideals from when he was a teenager. The fuckwit live streamed his little thing thinking that someone somewhere would worship him as a fucking martyr. These people did no harm to this guy. These people did no harm to anybody. These were people in their mosques who had gone to mosques to pray to their God, as you do. You don't go there thinking, oh, yo, some racist fuckwit is going to open fire on me with a bunch of guns. You think, yo, I'm here, I'm protected, I'm looked after. You know? It's fucked. But this is a landmark. As I say, first time this has ever been done in New Zealand. This guy is not getting parole. He is going to rot for the rest of his life. And he deserves to. This guy is a fucking piece of shit, man. Lowest of the fucking low. And this hurts personally, man, because, yeah, you hear about shootings worldwide, and it sucks. It really fucking sucks. But to happen in my own goddamn backyard, man, this shit doesn't happen in New Zealand. Not to this fucking magnitude. That's why it hurts, man. You know, this isn't some country overseas. These are people from my home. These are my fellow countrymen. These are people who are New Zealanders, you know. People who are born here, people who have immigrated here, people who have made their homes here. You know, it doesn't matter what their backgrounds are. They're Kiwis. They embody the Kiwi spirit, man. They came here to live a peaceful life, and they had it ended by this piece of shit with a gun. That's not fucking right. I can't wrap my head around someone doing this to a bunch of fucking people. Let alone in my own fucking country. I love this country, man. New Zealand is a fucking fantastic country. Yeah, it has shortcomings like all countries do. But this is home. You know? And to have this happen here hurts, man. It really fucking hurts. So this guy's going away for the rest of his life, and, you know, it's no less than what he deserves. He deserves to get the shit kicked out of him in jail. He deserves to be someone's shower bitch for the rest of eternity. Because there was no reason to do this. Nothing justifies the shit this guy did. And I feel that fucking it's an awesome thing that we threw the book at this motherfucker. Because as I say, he deserves no less. No matter how much I talk about it, man, I can't wrap my head around the shit happening in New Zealand. Here's hoping it never happens again.